A dog is more than just a pet. They're a family member whose life you're responsible for. Dogs and humans have a very special relationship, where dogs have actually hijacked the human oxytocin bonding pathway that is normally reserved for our babies. Both humans and dogs are social creatures, so the partnership is mutually beneficial, while dogs lessen their owners' worries and make them feel safer. People care for and nurture their pooches. Thus, this symbiotic relationship is mutually beneficial. Dogs are the only species that, when frightened, worried, or anxious, run to their humans for comfort, just like children do. They are also the only species that seek eye contact with their humans. But there are several things that humans do which dogs hate the most. Humans usually don't know about these things. In this video, we're going to talk about 10 things dogs hate about humans. If you don't want to miss a video, please subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell to get notified every time we post new videos. Let's get started. Number 10. Hugging your dog. A few people disagree, but despite how good it feels for humans to receive hugs, most experts agree with Coren's analysis that dogs do not like to be hugged because the gesture immobilizes them, causing high levels of stress and anxiety that could lead to aggression or biting in extreme cases, or just a nervous and unhappy dog in mild cases. Stanley Coren studied over 250 random photos of dogs being hugged and noticed that, in an overwhelming amount of instances, the pets displayed signs of increased stress and anxiety. So, as adult humans, we can limit our own impulse to hug dogs. Impulse control, however, is much harder when you're an infant. Number 9. Using words more than body language. If you watch any dog obedience class, you will find that in almost every instance, dogs are not just being taught simple verbal commands, but are also being trained to respond to gestures in the form of hand signals. Thus, in teaching the dog to lie down, he is given the verbal command, down, accompanied by a downward hand movement in front of his face. In most instances, body language is automatic in that we don't tend to consciously think about it, but it clearly serves the purpose of reinforcing and clarifying our messages to other people, and we rely on it as a way of understanding others' communication. Number 8. Walking up to a strange dog while looking her in the eye. If the dog is well known to you and also well balanced, direct eyesight communication is not a problem and actually recommended in times of positive hormone release. Avert your eyes in stressful or anxious situations, e.g., when your dog is meeting a strange dog for the first time. Remember that during these moments your eyesight is conveying negative energy and can often lead to the problems you are most afraid of taking place. Well, giving priority to someone in front of someone who cares for you always makes him eager. Therefore, direct eyesight should be reserved for times of intimate bonding, such as grooming and cuddles. These events themselves should be sparse throughout the day and only short durations. Number 7. Petting a dog's face or patting his or her head. Humans can also be quite rough when petting a dog on the head, and it may not be an enjoyable experience for your dog. Coupled with the fact that dogs inherently dislike something reaching down from above toward them, most dogs quickly learn to associate a hand reaching toward their head with discomfort or stress. Patting a dog on the head can, in fact, be perceived as threatening behavior by the dog. Most dogs are comfortable being petted on the chest, the shoulders, and the base of the neck. When petting these areas, reach in from the side rather than moving your hand over the top of the dog's head. Most dogs dislike being touched on top of the head and on the muzzle, ears, legs, paws, and tail. Number 6. Forcing your dog to interact with dogs or people she clearly doesn't like. The diagnosis is based on the body postures and reaction of the dog when faced with another dog. Aggression between unfamiliar dogs can be due to fear, poor communication, defensive, possessive behavior over resources including perhaps family members or other pets, or territorial behavior over territory or owner. When someone approaches your dog, tell the person exactly what you want. If you'd prefer that people ask you before petting your dog, then say that. If you'd rather they not pet your dog at all, then say that. Keep your tone polite, but be blunt. Your dog is most likely exhibiting a serious behavior called reactivity and might even be as worse as prey aggression. Number 5. Not providing structure and rules. Dogs want you to be the leader. They have an innate need for social structure and security, according to the experts at Bark Buster's Home Dog Training. Most don't want to lead, but if you don't take that role, they'll take charge. Small dogs don't know their size. There is also a need for playing with them. The research found that a lack of play can cause up to 22 different behavioral issues. These undesirable behaviors include anxiety, aggression, pulling on the lead, whining, and not coming when called. Humans and dogs are two of the few species of mammals that continue to play well into adulthood. Number 4. Keeping a tight leash. Attaching a leash to a dog's collar can indeed cause physical harm to your dog if the dog were ever to hit the end of the leash or pull on the leash. This is because the neck of a dog is full of very delicate and important physiology that keeps your dog healthy. Dogs pull on the leash because it works. It gets them where they want to go. Dogs are essentially hedonists. They do what feels good for them. Dogs probably think humans really like walking on a tight leash because they do it all the time. In general, to protect your dog's neck, it is recommended to rotate between a few different collars and regularly checking that they still fit your dog well. Number 3. Being tense. You can tell when a person you're around is feeling tense, even if you don't realize it. Dogs have the same ability. The more stressed and wound up you are, the more stressed and wound up your dog is. And dogs, just like us, don't like stress. Your dog knows when you're stressed and they feel it too. New research shows our furry friends feel our stress, giving us a window into our own health and possibly impacting theirs as well. There is evidence that some dogs are clever enough to tell if their owner, or even a stranger, is sad, happy, stressed, pregnant, or ill. Research shows some dogs can sense your mood and health condition. Number 2. Being boring. Dogs get bored. Sit around the house all day with absolutely nothing to do and you'd get bored too. Try some cool new toys or puzzles to keep your dog engaged, and of course, exercise always helps. Mixing up your dog's routine will keep him stimulated and happy and the house intact. Our dogs were bred to work alongside humans, so without proper stimulation they can easily become bored. Instead of having a job to do, most of our canine companions are left alone while we work. And then, when we get home, we hand them a free meal. Number 1. Teasing. When teasing is lighthearted, your dog will just see it as play. If you keep things fun and lighthearted, your dog should happily enjoy the game, even if she doesn't really know what's going on. You should never tease a dog in a sadistic way. She will pick up on your ill intentions and will no longer trust you. Dogs are extremely perceptive with strong physical senses that can pick up on human emotion. Dogs have physical senses much stronger than our own that helps them navigate through life. These senses let dogs know when someone is trustworthy or when something is off with their human. These were some of those things that humans do which dogs hate the most. Hope you guys liked the video. Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do so. See you in the next video.